Hi, I'm Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my collection one box at a time. Today, we're looking at box number 45. We're going to continue with Daredevil, finishing that up, getting caught up with the modern day, and then we will do a couple of titles starting with the word daring, and that'll be good times. So please like and comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And let me know if in any of these packs that you would like to see what's inside of them, instead of skipping from one to the next. And I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get started with box number 45. All right, picking up where we left off with Daredevil Volume 2, number 51. I do not have all of this series, so we're gonna see some holes here, but I've been working on that. But that's 51, and of course this is of course early appearances of Echo, who had her own Netflix or Disney Plus series. And she continues to appear through 53. Daredevil's blind, she's deaf, it's a match made in heaven. So that's that. We got 54 with a certain clawed mutant showing up right there. 1 through 57. Some going into Japan, I believe. Doing some stuff. Got 58, which is a big boy book for some reason. Right there. I should really put notes on these. 59. Beautiful, realistic covers there. I'm kind of 50-50 on Alex Maleev. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. 59, 61, right there, the Black Widow, number 62, there's another pricey book, and like that, 63, more Black Widow, hanging out with Daredevil. 66, back in yellow and black, or yellow and red, whatever it's supposed to be, in Daredevil 66. Let's see, Daredevil 67, all enchained, it's all chained up. Daredevil 70. What will I wear today? Nobody ironed my suit today. And then so we start getting into holes. So we jump to 77. It's Murdock papers. All of the ladies in Daredevil's life kind of getting involved in the story. Elektra, Black Widow. I don't remember her name, but she's blind also. 77. And that continues into 79. There. God, let's see. We got 89. Is that Lihu Bermejo? Or, I think so, maybe. Doing covers on that. And 93. Cover. Very, very devilly horns on that one. 95. So I gotta get, 94. 95 right there. Got Brubaker, by the way, doing this writing. Let's see, 100. And this is apparently a variant edition of 100. So, voila. In case it's not something that you've seen before. Don't know how I ended up with that, but it is what it is. 105. Painted cover. Mr. Fear. Right there. jump to when it went, no it didn't, not yet, another time of Daredevil and Kingpin making a truce of some sort. 117, 118, then that's what I was looking for. Then we have the legacy numbering kicked in at some point, so we jumped up to 503. Andy Diggle doing the writing. It's 504 there, and that's actually the last. That's the last issue of that run that I have. So it'll be, no, it's not. Sorry. 506 here. That just kind of looked like the whole Mark Waid thing here just for a second. Threw me. So it's 506 through 512, and when Shadowland begins, and I think that's, I guess, when the Shadowland miniseries started, that might be when the series ended. That is the last issue that I have. It would make sense if that's what happened. So here, got an annual in there versus the Black Tarantula. I think that's his name. And then we get to the celebrated Mark Waid run on Daredevil. We've got issue 1 right here, and that bundle goes through issue 7 right there, making snow angels. There. Got issue 8 teaming up with the Superior Spider-Man. That's, I believe, that's Doc Ock in Peter Parker's body, being Spider-Man. So the first part of that story is in Superior Spider-Man. That's issue 8 of Daredevil. Got issue 12. What it looks like, what an undressing lady looks like to Mad Murdock. Issue 12. Yeah, they have these 0.1 issues that are kind of one-shots that are, I guess, easy to pick up. I think they're a little cheaper. So somewhere in that last pack would have been 10.1. I just don't want to get mixed up in that. And so this is just a review of all of the senses that work better for Matt than his site does. So there. We've got 13. I seem to recall this storyline being all about, there was this disc, computer disc type thing. It was actually from the Fantastic Four, and it looks like that has like all of the underworld's information on it. And so all of the different criminal organizations were trying to get their hands on it, and they knew Daredevil had it. So that's issue 13. Issue 20. Right there. Don't remember what the heck was going on with that one. Issue 20. Uh, 21. There. Daredevil. And 27. Looks like we got some bullseye action going on here. Foggy at risk. '28. So everybody at this point knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, by the way, and so this is the guy that was the kid that used to beat him up on the playground, shows up, and he's all about I beat Daredevil kind of thing. But needs his help, of course, at this point. So that's issue 28. Issue 31. Daredevil going up against classic Daredevil villain, the Jester, right there. Not the Joker, the Jester. 32. Daredevil teaming up with all the monstery characters at Marvel to defend them against the townspeople. There. And that particular run ends at 36 with all of these souvenirs that he has around him. He's got Mike Murdock, when he used to pretend to be his own twin brother, Mike Murdock's hat and glasses and stuff. That series had an annual. Right there, Alan Davis, and some Daredevil art on that. And we pick up on the next series, which had a few weirdly numbered issues. I don't even remember what order they came out in, so I just kind of somewhat got them in numeric order. We got Daredevil 0.1 with Samney art there. Still Wade, still doing the writing. We've got 1.5, which should be after 1, but didn't want to, again, don't want it to be confusing what's in a pack. If you look at a pack and you turn it both ways, you know that whatever the two numbers you're seeing, everything in between is in there without any odd number weird things. So that's issue 1.5. So now we get to the main packs. Issue 1 of Beyond Volume 4. There, Daredevil 1 through number 4. Right there, I guess he's fighting the owl, because there's an owl. That's a clue as to what's going on. Issue 5. Is Foggy dead? Probably not. I'm pretty sure he's not. Or if he is, he came back. That's issue 5. Issue 8. We start to meet the children of the Purple Man. The Purple Man being the villain who can just tell people to do things and they will do it. Controls their minds. He was seen in the Jessica Jones TV show, and this insinuates that, you know, he can obviously seduce women pretty easily. And so he has a lot of kids floating around, and some of them pick up on his powers and they gather together. It's issue 8. And they have some sort of problem with Daredevil there, and they're telling him to take a hike off a cliff that looks like the Purple Man's face. So, issue 9. Got, we shift to a different storyline. Daredevil 14, villain Boomerang. Don't know what he's doing right there. He seems to be in the womb. Issue 14. Issue 15.1. Another 0.1 issue there. Daredevil sitting at a computer. I don't think he can see the screen. Daredevil 15, a little reversal of, I think he's getting some help from his girlfriend, who's a big-time district attorney type person. Issue 18, the autobiography of Daredevil. There, and that is the final issue of that series. I think we might have missed it, but he gets his secret identity back. Those purple kids tell the whole world, you know, you don't know who, somehow tell the whole world, you don't know who, you know, Daredevil is, and that just works. So because we have the next series, which I think he's back to having a secret identity here, and that is Daredevil 1 by Charles Soule. There, Blindspot, I believe, is the new sidekick's name. Got issue 4 with Steve Rogers guest starring. There. Blindspot, getting him, helping out till Hornhead there. Issue 10, beauty cover, Dark Art starts down. And editing this in, because I knew I was going to do this eventually. I forgot to pull this out of the other box, the big boy book box, Daredevil 11, which is also, I think, the very first appearance of that Muse character. The other book being the other Muse related book being the probably the second appearance. So there you go. There's Daredevil 11. Issue 12, Daredevil hanging out with the Inhumans. Again, remember he met them, you watched the last video, actually he was hanging out with them way back when. And I guess he's hanging out with them again. And he and Karnak, that's Karnak, in case you don't know who Karnak is, that's Karnak. He and Karnak are going at it. And of course, this is during the time when we found out that years and years and years ago, some Inhumans left their hidden refuge and came out in the world and bred with normal humans. And there are humans with this gene that will give them superpowers if they're ever exposed to the Terrigen material that the Inhumans have. And then a big cloud of Terrigen basically makes its way across the earth. So you have a lot of spontaneously powered people popping up. So I bet you this is leading up to some of that. The storyline continues in issue 13. There, but one of those inhuman bred people, they're just all called Inhumans, was Muse. And so here we have the first appearance of that villain, who in the TV show was just a dude, but he's an Inhuman in the comics. And for his first appearance is in issue 14. He is a crazy artist who does his art in blood. Issue 15, not issue 1, issue 15 of Daredevil here, the 7th day. And that continues through issue 20, where we're in the midst of running with the devil. We're ditching the black and red and going back to the red on red. Right there. We've got issue 21. Well, I say that. Maybe he was just thinking about it. But anyway, we got him in black and red. We got Luke Cage. We got Echo hanging out. And that runs through 28, where he is definitely back in the red on red. Maybe they did the cover before they figured out what he was doing. Anyway, it's issue 28. I like that cover. Mike Deodato cover on that. Then Marvel does another jump into their legacy numbering again. So we go to 595, which is the number it would have been if they'd never renumbered. And we've got Mayor Fisk, so we've got a little bit of a tie-in to the TV show here as well. It's issue 595, runs through 600. Got all the supers getting involved, but Daredevil's going to be the one to fix it. Right there. Or, maybe he's not going to be the one to fix it. Not looking too good there, Hornhead. So that's 601 through 604. There, he's on somebody's back. Got 605. Daredevil on a horse. Horse, of course. That runs through 609 to the death of Daredevil. Kingpin looming over him as usual. When he's not looming, Kingpin is kind of yelling at him. Oh! Get out of my face! That's issue 610. Phil Noto doing interior art, which you don't see that often, maybe. Through 612. More Phil Noto art. I like Phil Noto. Noto? 612. Oh, that was the last issue, by the way. So he has an annual. And that's annual 1. And then he has another annual, which is annual 1. Not big on, again, they're stopped really being big on numbering the annuals. Shane Davis, artwork on that. We get to the Chip Zdarsky run, and that's issue 1 of that. There. And there's something important that happens in issue 2 that I'm drawing a blank on. Maybe as we make our way, that I will be reminded. But that's issue 2 right there. Issue 3. Cops are onto him. And issue 4. Another big boy book, probably because of the Punisher appearance, tying in with the show and things like that. Then we start jumping a little bit. We got issue 5. Kind of toe up. Running through issue 8. No Devils, Only God. There. Got issue 9. These, I think it's Julian Tedesco. It's just I like his work too. He's back in his. Was this the thing where like he can't appear as Daredevil, and so he's trying not to be Daredevil, so he throws away his suit, but then of course he has to become Daredevil again, and he doesn't have his suit, something like that. That's issue 9. Issue 12. Through Hell, part 2. Issue 13. Kingpin. Not looking too good. Taking some things into his own hands. Issue 16. Having some Betty Bye time with Elektra. There and Through Hell. And issue 17. Still in his not Daredevil suit. His other TV Daredevil suit. 17. And issue 20. Right there, Inferno. Everybody's mad. I don't know, they're fighting each other, they're fighting other people. What's going on there? Fortunately, for those of you who are big Daredevil costume fans, gets 21. He's back in red. Doesn't have tights on though. That's interesting. He's got pants. Issue 21. Issue 24. There. I think the law is working out for him there. In fact, I know it's not, because hey, this is right. This is the time he went to jail as Daredevil. Like, they didn't try to unmask him or anything, but he went to jail as Daredevil. And that's issue 25 of that. Then we have a little interlude, because we have the King in Black crossover. Symbiotes come and try to kill everybody, and he's got to defend the people in the prison. Issue 26. Jump to issue 32. We've got Elektra having taken on the identity of Daredevil while Matt is in prison. So she is the new Daredevil there. 33. Got more. Got Matt coming back as Daredevil somewhat. Issue 33. And this version of the series ends with issue 36. Now we have two Daredevils. Two Daredevils in one. And that series had an annual #1, harkening back to his father's boxing and stuff. And it also has, then we have the next series. What are we on? 6? I don't know. Daredevil #1 right there. That goes to issue 4. Elektra is still a Daredevil. This is I think this is the one where they were trying to get some criminals to be better people and help them fight the Hand or something like that. Issue 4. Issue 5, continuing that storyline. We have Beardy. We're up to Beardy Daredevil now. I think we'll have Beardy Daredevil for the rest of the run here. Issue 5. Issue 10. Things don't go well with his plan to hire people to take on the Hand, or work with people to take on the Hand. U.S. Agent is in here, so if you're a U.S. Agent fan. Issue 11, more Beardy Daredevil. You can't see the beardiness, but it's there. There in issue 11. Oh, but he shaved. Or Daredevil 14. And he's back in pants. So there's that. And just in time for the latest Daredevil #1. Maybe it doesn't seem so weird until I show you each one in rapid succession. So there's Daredevil. I think that's a variant cover for some reason that I have right there. We've got John Romita Jr. back on Daredevil covers. Got Daredevil taking on Bullseye yet again. Issue 5. Daredevil taking on She-Hulk. He better stick to taking her on in court, because I think she's gonna whoop his butt in real life. Issue 5. And that goes through issue 8. Just a scurry Daredevil cover. There. Daredevil 9. Will they fall in love again? Actually, I seem to recall her going, nope. I'll hang out with you. I'll be your friend. I'll wear your suit, but no yummy for you, buddy. Issue 9. We got through issue 12. Right there, facing the Kingpin again. Kingpin fight continues into 13. Right there, more JR Jr. Daredevil not looking like he's winning. And issue 16, not going well. And then issue 17. More Bullseye action right there. And that brings us through to issue 20, which is the latest issue that I have. I think it's the end of, let me check. Make sure there's nothing. No, there's more. Okay, it's just not in the box. Alright. Just a few more issues before we just caught up with the regular series. He's back in the black armor again, that kind of thing. kind of weird. I couldn't remember if there was a current Daredevil series or not. We've got Daredevil and Echo doing a little Phil Noto team up right there, written by Taboo of the Black Eyed Peas, a Native American person who can relate to Echo and her Native American background. So that's a team up series of Daredevil and Echo that continues through issue 4 with the Goblin Queen, if I remember correctly. Right there. Got Daredevil and Batman, which technically should come before Daredevil and Echo. I'll fix that. And Scott McDaniel, who did art with both series, is doing the art here. Two-Face, Mr. Hyde. So the duality on both sides. One is two-sided, and one is, transformative. Right there, interesting. Got this Daredevil Dark Knights series. I got this entirely in back issues. I don't even remember when it came out to start with, but issue 1 right there, just kind of like 2 or 3 arcs, just Daredevil stories. That's the first one, starts here in Daredevil 1, and the last one ends here in Daredevil 8, which is the last issue, with Misty helping out. Got the Daredevil Gang War from the recent Spider-Man crossover Gang War that had various spin-offs. And this was Elektra, Daredevil, taking care of things, hanging out with Spider-Man. Right there. Got Daredevil Ninja. There was a time when Daredevil's popularity, right about the time of the second volume, became really high, so he got a lot of miniseries and one-shots and things like that. Marvel Knights. So this short series, Daredevil Ninja, runs through issue 3. Right there, written by Bendis. Multi-company crossover, Daredevil meeting Shi from that other company that I can't make out the name of the company. I'm drawing a blank. Not Stanley Tucci. That's the actor, isn't it? Anyway, Tucci he's the creator on that. And that's that one shot. We've got an Alex Ross cover on Daredevil Spider-Man. I remember reading that he wanted these to always work where it didn't matter if you were looking at them upside down or right side up. So that's issue 1 of Daredevil Spider-Man. And that's issue 4 of Daredevil Spider-Man. So yeah, because they're both kind of upsy downsy, gymnastic-y people, so you can always go either way. Daredevil Bullseye The Target, written by Kevin Smith, art by Glenn Fabry. I think this is the one he just never finished. Something like that. Like this is issue 1, there was supposed to be a 2 and a 3 or something, and he just never finished it. I don't remember. I remember there being something like that. We've got a Daredevil 2099. So this series of one-shots, which is giving us another view at some different kinds of 2099 based versions of our heroes. Robert Kirkman writing on this one. Got Daredevil Woman Without Fear, so another Elektra focused series. Chip Zdarsky writing. Issue 1. Issue 3. Going up against Kraven the Hunter. There. then she gets another series by somebody else, and this time she's fighting Crossbones right there, issue 1, and that runs through issue 4. Can't remember who this guy is, drawing a blank. Anyway, issue 4. That is all of our Daredevil. Then we got just this Daring Mystery Comics 80th or 70th anniversary celebration issue, painted cover, right there. What's his name? Is it the Reporter? I don't remember that guy's name, but early Marvel action hero. There came a day, so we used to have Superman family. Well, we used to have, Superboy in his series, Supergirl in her series, Lois Lane in her series, Jimmy Olsen in his, and then they all started to sell badly, so they all got combined into the Superman family book. And then, roughly speaking, the Superman family book eventually went the way of all things, and so they were all broken back. Some of them were broken back out into their own series. And for Supergirl, that was the Daring New Adventures of Supergirl. This is issue 1. This is the costume I grew up with. This is the one that I know the best. Right here, puppy shirt, shorts. That's issue 1. Runs through issue 4. Lois Lane has backup stories in each issue. Issue 5. She's mesmerized right there, and that goes through issue 8, where she teams up with the second version of the Doom Patrol. So people who are fans of Doom Patrol, be aware that Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, you might want to pick up on that, because they showed up here fighting Reactron right there. And that story continued into Supergirl number 9, still in the fight with Reactron. Gil Kane killing it on the art here, if you like Gil Kane. And then somewhere in there, she gets her new costume to look more like the upcoming movie. And this series technically, so this issue is technically still Daring New Adventures of Supergirl in the fine print, even though it says just Supergirl here. Issue 14 will be the first issue to just say Supergirl in the fine print, so that's why you'll have to wait for the S's to roll around to see that. But that is all for this box. All right, that was 45. So the next box we start is going to be very dark. It's dark this, dark that, dark the other thing. So if you like comics that are dark, be sure to be here for the next video. So otherwise, thanks so much for watching this one, and I hope you have a great day.